Alright, well, I'm so sick of hearing cyclical. I'm like so sick of it. Now, if one or two people use it, whatever, no big deal. But this is the 7th YouTuber in the last 2 weeks that is now loving to use the word cyclical. A, without ever explaining what it means, because I'm sure most people hear it and are like, huh? And you probably go to look it up to spell it and think it's spelled like sickle, which it isn't. It's based off of cycle, because that's what it means, occurring in cycles. And no one's done that either. Saying, oh yeah, it's cyclical, which basically just means it occurs in cycles. So, since everyone's using it, here you go. Oh, that's cyclicality. Wrong word. Cyclical.
Cyclic.
Relating to or characterized by cycles. Recurring or moving in cycles. Like I said, that's all it means. It just means it's occurring in cycles. That's all. Cyclicality is another word for it, but either way, I feel like there is a vocabulary test that I was not aware of, and everyone in the YouTube universe is using this word now. And again, like I said, one or two, whatever. I'm all for people using, a vast array of vocabulary words when they speak, but cyclical is a very uncommon word. You do not hear it very often. It's an older word that business people talk about. I mean, you still may hear it in a suit-style setting when referring to revenues and things like that in a business. But either way, I just wanted to give a quick vocab rundown because I was listening to a Simulate and Trade fucking video, and his little silly-ass robot voice was like, Cyclical, and yeah. It's like, that's enough. I've had enough. So, I can only imagine everyone else is hearing it, so that just leads me to believe that someone on the Reddit Spaces did some DD and threw the word in there, and now everyone is using it as their favorite word. But there you go. It's pronounced cyclical, based off the word cycle, spelled the same way. And woo-ha. There we go. Fucking robot voice. Cyclical. Or I can't remember what it is. Yeah, it said Cyclical. That's what it said. Cyclical. So whatever. Watching ChargePoint heavily. Now this may be where my focus is for the majority of the morning to see what it's gonna do. Yeah, look at them over here doing their shit. They want to keep BBIG down. I mean, this thing's gonna go one of two ways. I mean, its charting dictates it's going to keep moving up. That's what it's doing, is stair-stepping, having big moves, coming down, stair-stepping. This is all over the place, all over Reddit boards. YouTubers are talking about it, so the retail sentiment is here. I do not believe this is remotely close to done. I'm fairly certain there was some returning here and then brand new shorts taken out right here. So those are going to have to be closed out. And most of them, again, run on the 2-day cycle, which would make sense here. There were some shorts that got returned because this started running up. And then 2 days go by after taking some more out, and they return. So we'll see if this is going to run on a 2-day cycle, or 005 is going to kick some people in the ball sack and force them to start closing out positions. Who knows? I know everyone's freaking out about the FTDs, dealing with AMC and all that, but we've been here before too. At the end of June, early July, the whole threshold list thing, and I mean, they can move FTDs around like it's nothing, and it's it's a cyclical process. They do it in cycles. They do. They kick them around the 13th day to avoid the threshold list, and it's a never-ending cycle that they do. So we'll see. I mean, you can't have your cake and always eat it too. Yeah, I mean, I expected there to be some heavy shorting sometime this week, and we have seen it, and they are doing their best to keep this thing low. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I'm kind of shocked right now that in the after hours and already in the early morning hours, there hasn't been a drastic short yet. So maybe there's just going to be an inordinate amount of buying pressure at the open that they're expecting, and they're going to be shorting the shit out of it there. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. But yeah, I wouldn't be all too freaked out about the FTDs. Until there is regulation there to prevent them from kicking them around from buddy to buddy, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't. If it did, we would have saw a gigantic run up at the beginning of July when they were on the securities threshold list, and we were like, yo, what the fuck? But even then, just to get off the list, you only have to cover 1%. So it was 2.2 million or something at that time. All they did was cover basically a little over the 0.2 million, dropping under 2 million, took them off the threshold list, and then just kicked the other ones around. It's a sick process. But what are you going to do? Let's see if they're still strangleholding AMD. Alright. Well, just wanted to look at a couple things while I was giving the vocabulary lesson. So, I'm out. I will talk to you guys shortly after the opening, maybe after the first hour or so.